Hey everyone, it's Desiree and welcome. We are going to do something a little different from the norm of what I do when it comes to an embossing folder. And we're going to use one of those big sentiment dies. I love large sentiment dies. They can, while they take up real estate, they create beautiful cards, and we can create that card in no time for when those occasions just pop up with us. For today's project, I'm going to be using the Paper Rose Tulips 3D embossing folder and the Sending Love and Hugs metal die. I've pulled up my small glass mat from Glass Studios. I've wetted down my Bristol vellum. This is by Canson XL. And I wetted both sides so I don't have to tape it down. Grabbing my water, grabbing my watercolors, and we are just going to add colors to this panel. We are going to be making a 5x7 card today, and I'm just dropping colors in. So I have a large brush, getting a background down, and now adding some oranges and yellows and reds, and just having fun letting them merge together. Now, because I kept on dropping things down, it was becoming one color. So you'll see I'm going to come in with a paper towel, or basically a baby wipe, and I'm going to pick up some of these colors just to drop it back so that I can get the differences that I'm looking for. Again, should have stopped right here. I tend to overwork things, but I'm okay with that. Gotta have fun with it. So here, that's when I'm coming in with that baby wipe just to pull it back a little bit and add just some of the differences. I wanted to go in with a different angle on the colors. So I'm adding a very light amount of a purple because I don't want to get too much of a brown. I do want this to look like an autumn style background. So just adding in those vibrant colors and letting the watercolor do its work, even though I'm making it work. Yeah, but having fun. I love doing this. And you can see by spraying the back of the cardstock, whether it's watercolor paper or vellum, it's staying flat. And if you leave this alone to dry, it will dry flat when it comes to that. I will tape some papers down sometimes, but it depends upon what I'm doing. I'm going to lightly mist this paper, and I'm going to run it through my die cutting machine. And the way that I ran it through was I'm not having the image raised towards me. I have it going away from me. And I have this nail file that I keep on my desk. No, I don't use it for my nails. And I just scratched along the top of it very lightly. And you can see the impressions that watercolor went away. You still have a slight amount of it, but you've got these white highlights. But the image is pushed away from you. Usually I always love the image to come towards me. But this time I wanted to just do the reverse on that. So getting an old nail file and just brushing it along your embossing folders is a great technique. And you saw the back of that. That looked cool too, because the watercolor will seep up underneath it and do all of these different images as well. I cut the sentiment from purple cardstock. I thought that would look really cool standing up on this orange-ish background, and I'm going to layer that 3 times. For the cloud in the back of the sentiment, I used a piece of vellum paper, just so that the sentiment would stand up just a little bit more. Once I have the sentiment all put together and layered, we'll get that set onto our vellum. And I did not lose the eye. I have the eye somewhere. And I only put 1 layer for the eye down. So you can see we'll get that scent. And there's the eye still there. And now we'll get this onto our card. I'm going to focus on the larger areas since this is vellum. And then I'm going to pull in my sparkle pen from Spectrum Noir, and I'm just going to go over love and hugs. So while we have these two different fonts, we'll have these two different looks on the fonts as well. So I'm just going to quickly just go over the love and the hugs. So we'll add sparkle into those areas. And you can always go one step further if you have glossy accents or a clear coating. You can go right over that and the sparkle will stay there. So you can make shiny and matte. So there is our card. I hope I inspired you for a different technique when looking at our embossing folders. I do like the look when it goes away from us because it gives you a completely different one when it comes to those techniques. As always, the products that I used will be listed down below. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. As always, enjoy the process of creating your art. Don't get frustrated. Have fun with it. Try something new. And I hope I've inspired you to dig into your stash to see what you create today. But remember what is always most important for me. Always be creative, and I'll be talking to you in the next one. Till then.